this is your last chance. I have added a sample email template, email ID and a petition link in the description of this video so that you can make a difference and save India's environment while you still can. But before that, you may want to watch this video and decide. Hi, my name is Gayatri. By now, a lot of YouTubers and experts have already come up with this video, and I know I am a bit late, but I also know that many people are yet to know the details and the impacts of EIA. So this video is going to be your last minute exam keynote reference. So I would try to make this video as simple and as effective as possible. What is EIA? EIA is Environment Impact Assessment, and we are talking about EIA Draft 2020. As of now, if I'm an industrialist and I have to start the construction of a chemical factory, I will need to get an environment clearance certificate before I start the construction, which means how the construction and running of the factory will impact the environment around that area, and assessing all the negative and positive impacts it will have and possible solutions to the negative impacts. Why is it important? Because tragedies like Bhopal gas tragedy should not be repeated. And is it really working? Well, we have the answer in the recent Visakhapatnam gas leak incident, in which that factory never had an environment clearance certificate. Wow. So in the current scenario where it is actually required to produce an environment clearance certificate before the construction begins, are we doing it properly? No. And even in the cases where environment clearance certificate is given, we don't know how many of them came from bribe. So considering all this and considering the very recent Visakhapatnam incident, are we going to make this law stronger or are we going to dilute it? Well, it's actually going to get a lot more diluted. So if the current EIA Draft 2020, which is in question, becomes a bill and comes into action, there will never be a need of an environment clearance certificate before starting a construction. Well, according to the new EIA draft, any construction can be started without prior consent, and then they can apply and get a clearance later. Well, we'll talk more about this in a while when we are talking about post facto clearance. While we are having this discussion, we should also understand the fact that how development and environment protection cannot go hand in hand in most cases. Which means when sometimes constructions happen, we have to compromise on the environmental factor, or if we have to preserve the environment, we might have to compromise on the construction or the development side. But countries like Sweden, Norway, Finland, Switzerland, etc. have already shown us that there could be development while preserving the environment. Well, coming back to EIA draft, I think we should be discussing the strategic project and the exemptions. So whatever comes under the strategic project banner, it will never need an environment clearance. So until now, all defense related projects would come under strategic projects and it would not require any environment clearance certificate. But after this new draft comes into action, anything can come under the strategic project category if it's approved by the government. Also, we should talk about the exemptions in the border area, which means areas falling within 100-kilometer aerial distance from the line of actual control with bordering countries of India, which means almost all the northeast states will come under this category. Major areas of northeast is already very much environmentally sensitive. While development is also important in that area, it is very crucial that a construction can begin without an environment clearance certificate for those areas with such sensitivity. Haven't we learned anything from Assam floods? So next we're talking about the post facto clearance. Like I said before, if I have to construct a factory, I can get the clearance, get the environment clearance later also. And if a factory or a construction body is violating the EPA, all they have to do is come up with 2 plans as a remedial solution plus pay a fine of 2 to 10,000 rupees per day, which is a very small amount considering how big these industries are. Even Supreme Court on April 2020 said that central government cannot give post facto clearance in such cases. But here we are, the new EIA draft, and very few hours to left for us to act. Oh, the main reason that I'm again and again saying that this is your last chance to act is because once this draft comes into action, no public can speak up against any such violations on such projects. Yes, you heard me right. The common public will not have a say once this bill comes into action. For example, if I am living in a Kerala river coast area and I see sand mining happening in my area in front of my eyes and every day at such a huge rate that it is harmful, I can just stand and watch. Okay, maybe I can just arrange a small protest or something, but I cannot complain. Well, if the public cannot complain, then who can complain? The violators themselves. And I'm not kidding. The violator has to self-declare the violation. So I'm a money-minded industrialist and my sand mining is impacting the environment very badly. And one way to stop that is me telling the government that I'm violating. Well, I must say the industrialists and the business owners or the constructors are going to be really the lucky ones once this EIA 2020 comes into action. Oh, and other than the violators, there is another category who can complain against this issue, and it is all related to government bodies. Government authorities, appraisal committees, regulatory authorities and such bodies can also file a complaint. But how many of these government staffs will genuinely talk about the environment? Are they even living in that area to understand the situation? So don't you think that a person living in that particular area, that affected area, should be the one to complain? No. And the last point that we are going to discuss is public hearing, which means if a construction is going to happen, before it starts, the public will be given some time and they can discuss and decide and maybe appeal or give a petition against that project. How much time do they have? Only 30 days. No, 20 days, because currently it's just 30 days. Instead of increasing it, it has been reduced to 20 days. So imagine a remote area where villages are mostly not educated or aware of these impacts. How will they even identify the impact, the negative impacts of the environment or whatever harm that they are going to face in future and then appeal against it? Oh, by the way, in the new draft, such public hearings can also happen across Zoom meeting, which means if such a public hearing is happening in a forest area or in a high range area where most of the villagers don't even have a basic internet connection, how will they come on a Zoom meeting for the public hearing and say their opinions? Main thing about environment is that we all somehow tend to ignore it. It's never been our priority. But you and I have to agree that environment is being badly impacted, be it in the form of flood, be it in the form of wrong constructions or gas leakages. It has come to a point where humanity is being affected. So what environment are we going to leave to our future generations? So I think we all can agree that our environment needs more protection and such rules need to be more stronger and not diluted. So what can you do? The very important point, and I want each one of you, please, like if you are watching the video and if you have reached till this point, I request you to take 2 minutes of your time and email the government and sign in the petition to stop this EIA draft and save India's environment for good. I know you might be busy, so in order to save your time, I have even included a template so that you don't have to type it fully. You can just make changes here and there according to you, and you can send it to the email ID given. As I mentioned, it will be given in the description. Also, you can sign in the petition. The change.org petition link is also given in the description. Please do it before August 11th while you can still make a change. Hi, my name is Gayatri, and I hope you can share this video with your friends or just at least send them the petition link, share it so that more people can submit and finally we can do something to change our environment. So we'll meet in next video. Bye.